there, Rudy Samsel from guyswithrides.com. Check out the new C8. We're here at Corvettes of Carlisle, and they have 6 on display, so stay tuned. The weather on Saturday for Corvettes at Carlisle was just spectacular. So you can see Chevrolet had a building set up, and then across from it a display tent. Both were very crowded with lines waiting to see the 6 Corvettes on hand. You could get in a couple of the cars, but it was very crowded to do that as well, so we elected not to and just enjoyed others. There were also big lines for the posters being given away. One of the 6 cars on display was actually a cross-section model of the new C8. And in this first shot, you can see the extensive use of aluminum, particularly in the short and long wishbone front suspension with monotube shocks. You start to see that they can really have designed this to be either left or right-hand drive. As we move into the floor, you see the plastic panels that actually create the floor and are bolted on. Very interesting design, and you also get a sense for the height of the center tunnel. That's the main structural component. Moving back from the cabin area, we're a little concerned about the access to the front of the engine for the accessory belts and other components that drive off of it. Seems like it's going to be a tough piece of maintenance to do on these. Here you see a nice shot of the transaxle and how it's mounted in the area. As we move to the rear of the car, you see the mid-engine, but most of all, the coil-over shock setup that's new. No more leaf springs with the C8. You get to see the ZF transmission there, as well as how the exhaust is routed out the back of the car. Here's a good shot of the new rear coilover setup with double wishbones, short and long setup with coilovers. Quite a change for this Corvette. Here you see some of the triangulated bars that form the structure in the rear, along with where the engine's placed. Here's a cross-section model of what will be dubbed the base engine LT2, which puts out 470 horsepower and 495 foot-pounds of torque, the most powerful base Corvette engine ever. You can see the cross-section of the direct injection and the overhead valves continue to be used on the small block in its latest iteration, as well as here's a shot of the front of the engine, and there's the intake runner, the rear-facing intake runner on this mid-engine design. The belly pan has access for the oil filter you see there. It looks like the oil pan has a cooler. And we like the nice touch with the red valve covers and the Corvette logo embossed in them. Another car that was on display was the stunning Zeus Bronze, which was the surprising color for us. Here you get to see the detail of the hood coming up through and the details of all of the various design elements. A lot of angles and curves that are not evident in a two-dimensional picture until you really step up to the car, get up close, and see just how much of the styling elements. It's really impressive in person, and we really like the design of the car now that we've seen it. Here's a shot of the rear camera and the section going down. Of course, there's the Stingray logo. Here's a shot as we walk past the passenger side of the car. You really don't get to see the metallic there. Yeah. Moving on to the display building, they had a red Z51 package. Here you see the splitter that will be part of that package, as well as the rear spoiler. Here we took a shot of the frunk, so you get to see how much storage there is. Very comparable to a 911 or a current gen Boxster. You can get a couple of carry-ons into that space. There is that required emergency button, which hopefully nobody ever has to use, but it's there if you need it. Moving on to the interior, Chevrolet's done a nice job integrating the high sill and making an interior like a jet fighter cockpit. We really like the flat bottom steering wheel that's in a variety of styles across the model line. Here you see what I call the waterfall center console and all the buttons that go to it. This particular model is an automatic, so you see the key fob next to the transmission and some cup holders. Here's a good detail of it. Not sure how the manual transmission would look. Here's a shot of the passenger side. Those are the access to the glove box. Here you see the actual trimmed out engine bay. Here you see the removable target top stored in the trunk. Doesn't leave a lot of luggage room. That's where the convertible will actually have an advantage if you want top-down motoring while you travel with luggage. Here you see the carbon fiber elements of what will be the Z51 package. And here is an overview of the colors, so you can see the various colors that'll be available. Very stunning colors. We did not see a Sebring orange in our travels. You have your choice of 4 caliper colors. Here's all of the interior colors you can choose, as well as contrasting stitching. And the quality of the materials they're using is quite unlike any previous Corvette. In a nod to Porsche, different colored seat belts are now available. And here's a shot of the 2 different style steering wheels that will be available. Here's a shot of the key fobs that you get with your new Corvette. You get a carbon flash emblem and the chrome emblem. Finally, here's a shot of the various wheels that will be offered at launch. If you're into the black, so be it. There's a nice platinum finish, silver, chrome, a semi-chrome finish, another black 5-spoke, and then finally, since we're more traditional, we like just the silver painted bright silver open spoke. So overall, as we were taping the various shots you just watched, the vibe from the Corvette enthusiasts looking around was very positive. You can see the crowds are very excited about the car. We think Chevrolet has a winner on their hands, with the first year's production allotment already sold out. It's a good sign for Chevrolet. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, and by all means, please be one of our early subscribers to this channel. Thanks for watching.